I hope you're wiggling out of work early today, for today is the day we suss out how to strum Slither by Velvet Revolver, as requested by Fat Man Jam Sessions, Joe Willard, Troy Woolmaker, and John Barmby. But before we matriculate towards the lesson, I hope you don't mind if I take just a moment to thank the following Sea Serpents for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: Erica H., Sylvain Ouellette, and Brent Nansit. Folks, thank you very, 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 very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link, of course, is in the description. All right, sports fans, we're in drop D for this one, which means your low E string is going down to D, which means we've unlocked the ability to do my favorite thing about guitar, which is to say play the biggest, most beautiful D power chord known to man. We normally think of power chords as a shape, right? But the definition of power chord is not so much a shape, rather that it only has roots and fifths and no thirds. So if we play a D chord but leave the E string out of things, that is root, fifth, root, root. The biggest, most beautiful D power chord known to man. And speaking of said biggest, most beautiful D power chord known to man, that's the first chord of the song. The intro, when the guitar is just a shimmery twinkle in its mother's eye. You're going to do your big D power chord, followed by a C chord of your choice. You can play C. I prefer two finger C add 9 here, just A3 and B3. And then it's G, but we've ruined things with turning that E string into D, so this wouldn't be G. Gross. So we're just going to leave that low now D string out of it. We want A2 and B3. That's going to be called G with a B in the bass, by the way. And back to our D power chord. So, D, C of your choice, G with a B in the bass, back to D. So this song is in the key of D minor, so if you want to play D minor there, you can play the biggest, most beautiful D minor chord known to man, if you want. And when those chords come in stronger, for real, still in the intro, there's an octave guitar that comes in. An octave chord is two of the same notes. So the shape is going to be, to start, A5, G7. The shape's not going to change, so I'm going to call out the pointer finger fret, and the ring finger or pinky finger fret will move along in kind. It's going to go 5, 8, 10, 5, 8, 5, 3, 5, 8, 10, 5, 8, 5, and then we get into the song proper. The city limits of Slither, shall we say. This is going to be drop D style power chord. Since we've changed this low string, our power chord shape on the used to be E and the A strings can't be this anymore, because doing this is really doing that. So in order to do this, we have to do that. And you can use one finger, and that allows this whole thing to happen. It's going to be O, 3, 4, O, 6, 7, O, 10, O, 6, 7, O, 5, O, 3, 4. Did you get that? Nice and slow. O, 3, 4, O, 6, 7, O, 10, O, 6, 7, O, 5, O, 3, 4. For your intro. Except for the last time in each chunk of those. It's the time when the lead guitar comes in 2. Instead of going 3, 4 at the end, you're just going to go 3 and give it a bendy wiggle, a bwiggle. Speaking of, here it is, just in case there are 2 guitar players in your Velvet Revolver tribute band. Also, this is a lot of notes really fast, so in order to communicate effectively, I am going to employ my secret string fret language. For instance, G7 is Gevin. We are also going to need Bix, Bevin, Bait, Bine, Ben, and baby E8. Let's just call it 8. You'll hear it. Here we go. Gevin, Bix, Bevin, Gevin, Bine, Ben, Gevin, 8. if you're on my Patreon, you get this tab that I figured out by ear and wrote out by hand. We don't have to bother with that Gettin nonsense. The verse is the same as this thing we just did, but it's palm muted. Palm muffled, perhaps, is a better word. What you do is you karate chop your strings right on the bridge, not too hard, not too soft, and we're only focusing on the E and the A strings, so you don't need to worry about how your hand interacts with 4 of the strings, just the E and the A strings. Not too far this way, not too far this way. It's a feel thing. I'd open it up on that 3-4 and do a hammer there. Because that's kind of how it happens. And same story, when that lead comes in at the end, it's a bwiggle, not a 3-4 on the 3. That lead line is different, and this is one of the reasons why slash is slash. He's gonna do that, etc. on the D string, and the D string is the same as the D string, just an octave different, so you already know the frets, but instead of going 0, 3, 4, for instance, he's gonna go 0, 3, and then bend that 3 so it sounds like a 4. That's a half step bend. 0, 3, bend it, 0, 6, bend it, and then he's gonna just bend 9, 0, bend it, 0, 6, bend it, 0, 3 so it sounds like 5, that's a whole step bend, 0, wiggle on 3. Little faster. At long last, we've made it to the chorus. I'm going to show you 2 ways. It doesn't matter which you choose. These are within the realm of interchangeability. The first way is D, the power chord, the big beautiful one. No disputing it. Second one is a normal C power chord on the A string 3rd fret. I want to say on the recording I hear G with a B in the bass, including that high G note. And back to D. Or you could play your D power chord here, including the low D string, to your C power chord. Now if you want, you can lower the A string and the G string one, so you'll have 2, 5, 4, and back to D. Either of those or any combination of those things. But of course, as the chorus progresses, there's a lead line here too. There's 4 lines. We're going to take it 1 line at a time. The first one, over the D chord, is on the D string without the bendy things. It's that riff we've been doing the whole time on the D string without the bendy things. So, 0, 3, 4, 0, 6, 7, 0, 10, 0, 6, 7, 0, 5, 0, 3, 4 is the first line. 3, 4. The second line is different, and I'm going to condense a 45-minute video into 3 seconds here. The notes changed so that they could maintain the same relative relationship to the chord underneath them. The second line is going to be on the D string mostly, except for 2 notes. 0, 3, 5, 0, 5, 7, G string, 5, 5, back to the D string, 0, 5, 7, 0, 5, 0, 3, 5. Ready, go. Is line 2. Line 3 is my favorite line, and just a quick note, Slash did a different variation slightly each time he did it. I'm going to show you my favorite one. It's the first one, and you can mess around with it how you like. It's going to be all on the D string this time. 0, 4, 5, 0, 7, 5, 0, 10, 0, 7, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 4. Is line 3. Line 4 is the same as line 1 because the 4th chord is D, just like the 1st chord. Same relative relationship. For the solo section, you're going to play D, the power chord. second time we're going to keep those chords, but we're going to nix going back to C in the third measure. We're going to add some octave chords. It's going to be F on the A string, 8th fret, and the last time it's going to go F, G, A. That's up 2 frets from F. Into the final chorus, and that leaves just one thing left to discuss. Hooray, it's the different riff. You'll recognize it. It happens twice, once towards the end of the song and once at the very end of the song. It's just like our main riff with the moving drop D style power chords, but the frets are different. So 0, 10, 12, 0, 9, 10, 0, 7, 0, 6, 7, 0, 5, 0, 3. Bendy wiggle on that 3 the first time, but the second time, well, the second time it's not bendy wiggle. The very last 2 notes of the song are 3, 4, otherwise the same. And then the song's over. Which means this video is over. That was fun. I got deep with that one. I hope you thought that was fun and helpful. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.